Getting moonshine crazy on a Saturday night. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Yeah.
Guys, I'm joined by Kempy, the man himself. Troy Kemp, how are you, brother?
Fantastic, Jace. How are you, brother?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. About as good as I can get during this time, eh?
You're looking good, mate. You're looking good.
Oh, yeah. Thanks,
mate. Where are you there, mate? Where are you? Out in the sticks there somewhere? In someone's backyard?
I am, mate. I'm in the backyard. I'm out west in isolation at the moment, like a bit like the rest of us. Well, not everyone's out west, but I am.
Yeah.
And yeah, mate, it's a bit of a mind spin at the moment, isn't it? Everything that's happening.
Crazy. You just would never think that this would happen to our world, would you? So it's I don't know, mate. It's a strange thing because I've been talking to friends about it, and I guess it's the way you look at it. You know, it's like it's funny. Everyone sort of bitches about being, stuck at work every day or going to work every day, and now they've got this opportunity to be at home and get stuff done and be with their family. So I think it's actually somewhere in there. I think it's a nice break for everybody. You know what I mean? I think you need to look at it positively, and and I just people are getting the job done around the yard they've been wanting to get done forever, and guys are getting recordings done that they've been wanting to do forever in the music world, and people are catching up with family and spending time with their kids, and so there are some positives in this whole thing. And like my wife said the other day, there's a difference between one word, mate. It's you can say you're stuck at home or you're safe at home. And I reckon if you change it to safe, it changes your mindset.
You're dead right, mate. Absolutely, 100%. And I think, as you just said, there's a positive to everything. And I've always been a massive believer in that. There's a positive and negative to everything, Kempy. And I think everyone, if they just look on the positive side, because we are all going to come through it one way or the other. And I think it's just a matter of time. It's just that we don't know how long it's going to take. We don't know what we're doing, but we're going to get there.
We'll get there. I think the human race has a way of finding a way through, doesn't it? So we'll get there, mate. It's just, like I said, it's really different, but it's interesting to see how different businesses are implementing new ways to go about their business, and teachers are teaching from home with all their kids on a computer screen on Zoom or some sort of medium, and businesses are doing the same thing. And it'll be interesting to see how much of the stuff actually stays implemented after this whole thing's over. I think a lot of this stuff is going to stay. There's going to be a lot of great new business ideas, I think, born out of this horrible time. So, yeah, I think our world's going to be different moving forward. But
definitely.
It could be for the better. I think it's been a good wake-up call, mate. I think the Earth's been hurting, not to say that I'm that guy, but just to sort of, you've seen this year, we've seen fires and floods and tornadoes hitting Nashville. And, obviously we all, as country musos, see that one because we're interested in Nashville. But obviously the world's screaming out it needs a break, and it's almost like Mother Nature's way of saying, let's just have a break, let the world settle down a bit, let the Earth settle down a bit, and all the people, and then we'll reset and keep going, in a better way. So
that's right, mate. Yeah. So you yourself, you and your wife are, how are you coping through it all? Like, you guys are going all right with the whole isolation stuff, yeah?
Yeah, we are, mate. I mean, the last 2 years of my life have been strange, buddy. I've been sort of in a process of a green card to try and move to Nashville. And the week that I got approved was December in 2018. It was the same week that Donald Trump decided he wanted to shut down the government, which included immigration. So my whole green card process, should have taken 8 to 9 months. Ended up taking 2 years, and we finally got our final approval to move to Nashville just like a month ago. So we had our flights booked to move there on the 24th of March. We were so excited because we've been waiting for so long. We've been through so much crap doing it. We'd spent $20,000 to get this visa, only to have this international travel ban hit because of the coronavirus a week before, So here we are again, just getting punched in the face on this horrible process to get to Nashville. But we'd sold our house, we'd sold 2 cars, our photo booth business. We'd sold all our belongings and pretty much got down 2 suitcases each and my guitar. only to sort of land at her mother's house now in Cessnock, in the Hunter Valley, where we currently we've got a spare bedroom, and we're just riding it out, man, until we can go, I guess. So it's been a really bizarre thing for us. We're both out of work, and I don't have any gigs, and she's a hairdresser. The hairdressing salon, to their credit, has shut the doors, even though hairdressers are still allowed to work. They've decided to shut their doors. So Alicia's essentially out of work as well. So, kudos to the government for sort of getting behind people out of work and throwing, I guess, billions of dollars at the Australian people right now to keep us on our feet. I think that would be no easy task, So I'm very grateful that we've had a little bit of income being thrown into our banks now fortnightly, which only started this week. Some sort of JobKeeper sort of payment, but that'll at least help us pay for food while we're staying with Alicia's mum, and we'll ride it out. That means we don't have to be digging into our Nashville savings, and then when we get to go, whenever that is, we should still have some money in the bank. So yeah, man, it's pretty different. We're here, we're bored, we're doing lots of Netflix, eating too much junk food, going to bed way too late, sleeping in too much. But we're doing daily exercise, and I'm playing guitar and writing songs, and we've discovered TikTok, so we're doing stupid videos every.
I've seen that. I love it. It's great.
Thanks, mate. So we're doing that, trying to do that daily just to keep people entertained, and I'm putting up way too many dad jokes online, and I think I'm pissing half the world off, and half of them like it. So that's me in a nutshell, brother.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing the same thing, really, Kempy. Just sort of sitting around trying to work out what we're going to do when it all finishes.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's not easy to work out what the future holds for us all, and then obviously to rebook gigs once it all cleans up. You know yourself. It's a flooded market at the moment. It's hard out there to get shows. There's so much on the road, and I think after this, because everyone's been put out of work, the same thing's going to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. And for me, whilst we were unhappy that we didn't get to go to Nashville, we also realised that we're in the best spot for where we can be right now, I think, mate, with, considering Nashville shut down as well. No one's working over there. If I did go, even if I'd gotten away a month earlier, I would have been there now with no work, probably paying pretty high rent in an apartment building, and struggling, So it's kind of like a little bit of luck at the end of the big waiting process that we had, you know what I mean? So we got lucky, mate. We've got a good healthcare system here that they don't have over there as well. So
yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think it's okay, mate. But like you said, mate, there's no work here now. I feel for everybody, yourself included. It's really hard. I'm looking at all my buddies that just, everyone's going live online on Facebook and doing different things and putting out a virtual tip jar, put some money in my PayPal. And, as much as that's a hard thing to do and almost embarrassing thing to do, it's kind of, as a muser, that's kind of the only thing you can do. Yep. So I think it is nice that people, are sort of throwing some money in the virtual tip jar if they get a chance to, or if they can afford to. And even that's hard right now, because you're asking people that are struggling maybe to be helping you out, you know what I mean? So I think, mate, we'll just see how it rides out. At the end of the day, I think there's always someone there for you. Everyone's got someone there for them if they need them. They just have to be brave enough to reach out and ask for help if they get to that point, you know what I mean? Even if it's just for a roll of toilet paper,
That's it, mate. What's the first thing you're going to do once all this passes?
Get on a plane.
Is there anything you're missing the most?
What am I missing the most? Mate, I'm missing out being. I miss playing live. I've done that. That's been my life for 20, 25 years. Because I did start when I was 5. But yeah, mate, I miss that. I miss seeing the buddies every week. It's funny when you realise what you take for granted, mate. When you can go and have a lunch with your guitar player on a Wednesday, or you can hang out with another guy on a Thursday. It's all of those sorts of things. So
when you can't do it, you really want to do it. When you can't do it, it's really where you start to see how much you take it for granted, don't you?
Exactly. So
unbelievable, mate.
Mate, I want to see my friends. I think I'd had planned to do like a big farewell dinner with some friends of mine, before I head off to Nashville, which obviously got cancelled. So mate, there will be that. I was fortunate enough to do a big sort of campy farewell gig at a place up here called the Toronto Hotel mid March, and I had 5 or 6 other bands on the bill with me, and it was a great day there, and we had about probably 600 people, and that was kind of my final show. So people are now sort of at me saying, "Are you going to do another farewell show?" I just don't want to look like John Farnham, so I'm just going to. So I think I'll just do it, be polite. I've already said my goodbyes, so I'll just sort of once we're allowed to go back out to the world, mate, I think I'll just say, guys, yeah, we're all free. We're all free again, but this is it. I'm on a plane and I'm out of here, and I'll see you down the track. You know what I mean? So
that's it, mate. So majority of people watching now would know you from the duo McAllister Kemp, correct?
Yeah.
That's your career pretty much kicked off with McAllister Kemp.
Yep.
ARIA Award nominees, Golden Guitar winners.
Yep. Yeah.
And still today. Like, what year did you guys kick off, Kempy?
Mate, I think we kicked off sort of mid 2010, yeah.
Yeah, okay, and 2020 Tamworth, this year, you guys sold out 2 shows at the Long Yard Hotel.
Look at you go.
Hey?
Yeah. You've been on Wikipedia, haven't you?
No, I haven't, mate. I literally, I seen it online and I thought to myself, it's a phenomenal, mate. Oh, hang on, Kempy, what's going on here? We'll try again. I just lost you for a second. It's phenomenal, mate, because at the end of the day, you guys hadn't been playing together for the last 3 years.
5 years.
5 years, there you go,
yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
Told you haven't been on Wikipedia. And you guys got back together, mate, and sold out 2 gigs.
Yeah.
So, that must be surreal.
It was very surreal, mate, and we had a really good run. Like I said, we got together in 2010. We'd actually met Jace playing in a Johnny Cash and Highwaymen type of tribute show that Rob Potts, rest his soul, he put that together years ago. And when there was in that group with Mike Carr and Marcus Meyer and Drew McAllister and myself, and that's when I first met Drew. And when we were on tour, a lot of the time we're just writing songs together in our room, and Mike Carr came in and said, "Geez, you guys sound good together. You should start a duo." And we're like, "That's a stupid idea, Mike. Get back to your room." Lo and behold, he kept that both until he finally wore us down, and we decided to give it a go. And our first show was at Hexham Bowling Club up here near Newcastle. Yep. We opened for Adam Brand. Brandy sort of took us under his wing after that show. He just really liked our performance. He said, "Guys, I want to look after you guys." So the next thing we're on tour with him for a year, just travel around the country as his opening act, and that was just a major stepping stone for McAllister Kemp. He helped us get a record deal with ABC, and three albums later, and a best of album, and a Golden Guitar, and 2 CMC awards. We'd sort of done 5 years, and we'd had about 10 number ones, and travelled the world, and it was just a crazy roller coaster, man. And we sort of we needed a break in 2015 before we killed each other, and, because it's like a marriage, you know what I mean? And you just, and I guess you just get to a point where you need some space. We're both sort of busting a little bit to do some solo stuff, so we split. We reconnected, I guess, mid last year, and that led to the shows in Tamworth. And like you said, mate, we sold out in 3 or 4 days. Both shows we had sort of. It's at the Long Yard. Their back section there holds 500. We did the 500 tickets in, like I said, 3 days. And the second show,
it's a great effort, mate.
Was amazing, man. So it was such a buzz just to get back up on that stage, play all those old songs. We had a different band around us, a different cast. We used the guy that's been playing in my band, and Drew had even used some of those guys himself at times. So we sort of knew all the players. They laid it down really well. We had one rehearsal before it went in, and mate, the place was packed. We stepped out on that stage, and it was just like the most cool feeling, man. Like the whole place erupted. It was just like we're just hands up, like this was, and then it was just hanging on, mate. It was an hour and a half of all those old hits that we had, and just trying to remember all the chords and all the words, and I think it was just really cool, man, because there was lots of like kids that would have been 13 when we split up. They're now 18. They're in the pub. They're watching us. They're singing every word to every song, and it just. I just that night I was like, wow, we've got a lot of sort of songs here that seem timeless, like they're just.
Oh, absolutely, mate. And you don't see it as the artist. You don't see that, do you?
No.
Like you don't see it until things like that happen.
Yeah, and I just suddenly realised how I guess how these songs had connected with people and how they'd taken them on board and they'd become a part of their life to the fact, well, they knew the words better than we did, you know what I mean? I would sort of spent the night lip reading just to sort of get through sections of the songs, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. That's great though, mate, isn't it? Like, that's
yeah,
special because a lot of heart and emotion go into writing songs and recording songs and releasing songs, and to see that type of reaction from people and fans is great. Good
we were
enough.
both really chuffed, mate. So we're going to do. We actually just announced about a month ago. It was announced that we were going to play again, and we're looking forward to it. Was the Groundwater Country Music Festival up there in July at Broadbeach, but I think that may get moved to later in the year. They're still trying to make a final decision on it. And I think we might have a toe in the water for the Deniliquin Youth Buster as well later in the year. So
how good's that?
So there's going to be more McAllister Kemp on the horizon, and like I said, I'm still going to head to Nashville when I get the chance to go, and I can probably, I can concentrate on Troy stuff over there, and come back and do McAllister Kemp stuff here.
Right.
Kind of the best of both worlds, moving forward. It's exciting times ahead, I think.
It is, mate. Absolutely. Yeah. Good on you, mate. That's great
Thanks,
to hear.
man.
Kempy, you want to play a tune for us or what?
Yeah, love
the
to,
old
mate.
guitar laying around?
Yeah. Look, just happened.
Oh, you got it there, mate.
Here's one I prepared earlier.
Look at that.
I just built this. What?
We'd love to hear a snippet. We'd love to hear a snippet of a tune. You what?
I've gone into building guitars. In isolation, and I've just come up with this brand. It's called Maton. I don't know. I think because I figure we're all mates, so we'll call it that. Mate on. Yeah. On your mate. That's where I got it from. Yeah. So.
Yeah, mate, that'd be great. We'd love to hear a tune, Kempy.
You'd love to hear a tune? I just need to have a drink first. So cheers, mate.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers. Here's to you.
Good to see your beautiful face.
Yeah.
Okay. Mate, I don't know whether you've heard of a young guy named Finian Johnson. He's I think he's just about to turn 18, or he's just turned 18. He sounds like he's about 60, and he's just got the most beautiful tone, and
Yep.
We got together and wrote a couple of songs recently, and we wrote two in a day, and this was the second song we wrote. It's called Good Day, and I just thought it might be a bit positive right now, and it was meant to be for him, but I stole it. So, so here we go. Girl, there ain't nothing better than waking in the morning, having you next to me. First thing I do is pinch myself to make sure it ain't a dream. I'm a simple man, and the truth be told, I'm punching above my weight. Then it's under the covers for a little bit of loving. It's gonna be a good day, gonna be a good day. Not much doing, got a coffee brewing on the stove. It'll be a good day. We can go out, we can stay here at home. Doesn't really matter as long as we're together and dancing to our favorite song. It'll be a good day, yeah. Gonna be a good day. Yeah. So if I got you and you got me, we got time to kill. Let's hit the couch right here and now for a little Netflix and chill. Maybe later on we'll take a drive, watch the daylight fade. Then as long as your kiss finds its way to my lips, it's gonna be a good day, gonna be a good day. Not much doing, got a coffee brewing on the stove. It'll be a good day. We can go out, we can stay here at home. Doesn't really matter as long as we're together and dancing to our favorite song. Be a good day, yeah. Gonna be a good day.
Yeah. Good on you, Kempy. Thanks, mate. That's bloody awesome.
Thanks, mate. I won't do it all, but that's a bit of a snippet of it.
Mate, a snipper's great. We appreciate you doing a song for us. Bloody
that's
hell.
All right.
Great. Mate, I've got a couple of questions just to ask you for people at home.
Yep.
What would you say your biggest career highlight thus far would be?
Oh, man. It's been a great career. I love this career. It's so much fun. Mate, obviously winning awards are always really great. To win a golden guitar or a CMC award, such an honour. You know, it just shows a little bit of I don't know. It's just accolades from from your peers, from the industry, from the fans. That's always such a buzz. You know, I've been lucky to win some with obviously McAllister Kemp and with Damo from Viper Creek at Tailgate Drive.
Tailgate Drive.
Yeah, mate, I've been lucky to play some of the best festivals, not only in Australia. Obviously, you've got Tamworth and CMC Rocks and Broadbeach and Deniliquin and Gympie Muster and all these incredible festivals that happen around the country all year. And the one really cool thing that happened years ago for Drew and I was we'd actually went on stage at CMC Rocks before Big and Rich at Hope Estate at the Hunter Valley, you know, and I sort of spent the night drinking with John Rich from Big and Rich, and at 10 o'clock the next morning, I was so drunk. And we sort of we had a great night just chatting face to face, and he invited us to come over and play at a thing at his house called the St. Jude's Children's Hospital, which raises money for kids with cancer. So we went over to John's house in Nashville because we're going to be there a week later anyway. So we changed our flights for a week earlier, went over to be a part of this night. It was a sort of a star-studded event at John's amazing house in Nashville. We everybody raised over $1 million that night.
Wow.
And later that week, he actually dragged us off to Wisconsin on the tour bus, and we got to go to Wisconsin and play we went to the Country Jam with Big and Rich on their bus. And I don't remember much of that trip, mate. There was lots of Canadian club involved, and lots of late nights and not much sleep. And I think we had one set of clothes each and stopped for a toothbrush somewhere on the side of the road, you know, because it was a bit of, you know, just a crazy week. And we got to step out on stage to, I think it was 35 or 40,000 people in Wisconsin. And we got to play our song Country Proud with the Big and Rich band behind us. And
how good's that?
That was amazing, man. Like, there's actually footage of that on YouTube, which I still like just to go and watch sometimes just to remind myself that I did it, you know. But that was such a buzz. And you can see where guys who do these massive shows all the time like this, Chase, they just can see how it just becomes such a bug, you know, like it's just an addiction. Yeah. You know?
Absolutely, mate.
Yeah.
It's great,
amazing. Mate. It's amazing. But I've just loved every part of it, mate. I love being a muso. I love all the people in the industry. I just, you know, I love to songwrite with people but first and foremost, mate, it has to be fun, you know. If I'm not having fun, I don't want to do it.
No, that's right. That's right, mate. Mate, one more for the people at home. Who would be one of the most interesting celebrities you've ever met, and why were they interesting?
Mate, I think it is John Rich, straight up, you know, because the world revolves around John. He's like he could be the president of the USA, mate. He probably should be. He's a total entrepreneur. He's such a businessman. Yeah. Everything that the Big and Rich does is such a calculated thing, you know what I mean? He plans everything to a T. The marketing area in every single song. He's got his own clothing brand called the Redneck Riviera Clothing, which, you know, he's told me personally, he sat down with the head of Walmart in New York and he said to the guy, "You know what, sir?" He said, "Do you realize how much money you guys don't make every year because you don't have my clothes in your stores?" You know, and he just and that night I think he was offered a $60 million contract to put his clothes into Walmart. You know, these Riviera clothes. He told me that he's opened bars in Nashville. He's got his own whiskey happening. You know, he's just a crazy dude. And when he talks to you, man, he's just like He's just like
in your
straight
face.
In his face. Yeah. The rest of the world doesn't matter. It's so intense. And I was just blown away by the guy, you know. And and I'm looking forward to getting back to him because he wrote to me just a few months ago and he texted me. I woke up to a text message one morning saying, "Hey, man, when are you getting to Nashville? I'm looking forward to seeing you," you know. So
how good's that? That's great, mate.
He could be a bit of an angel for me over there, you know what I mean?
Oh, Jesus, yeah, absolutely.
But the industry's full of great people, mate. You're one of them. You know,
good on you, Kempy.
You know, mate, I love you, brother, and it's been great to see your career just go from strength to strength too, mate. So congratulations on everything you've done. Good
on you, buddy. You're a legend, Kempy. Thanks heaps, mate, and you safe trip when you get out of Australia, buddy.
Thanks, mate. I look forward to seeing you over there.
Thanks. Yeah, hopefully. I'd love to come over. I'll come over and catch up with you.
Please do.
Good on you, champ. Good on you, mate.
All right, mate. Cheers, legend.
Cheers, Kempy. Good on you, buddy. Thank you.
Mate.